Hello, my dear friends. I'm Dr. Khan. I'm a physician. I'm a health YouTuber, and I have the award to prove it. I run a software company. I am heavily involved in stocks and crypto trading, and I have an ever-growing real estate portfolio. And I like to share what I have learned through my journey so you can benefit from my experience. Recessions and inflation are important, and we are going through it right now, actually. People can lose their jobs and their hard-earned money. All of this basically means that it is important for your financial health that even when the economy isn't bad, to get your wallet ready for the hard times. Here are 5 things that you should do to make sure that your finances will be okay even if there is a deep recession. Number 1, pay down balances on credit cards with high interest rates. So 22% of Americans owe more on their credit cards than what they have saved. So when emergencies happen, you'll want to get rid of as many of your monthly expenses as you can. High interest payments are one of the most expensive costs for your budget. Even though you should always strive to be debt-free, it is crucial to do so when recession is right at your doorstep. Pay off your credit card debt, which typically has the highest interest rate. The credit card that has the highest interest rate, pay that off first. Pay that off in full. So when you have paid off your high interest credit cards, try to pay off as many debts with the lower interest rates that you can in an effort to reduce your debt as much as you can. Your monthly expenses will be subsequently lower and you'll be in a better position to survive a recession even if you lose your job or you have spending cuts that you cannot tolerate otherwise. Number 2 is always have an emergency fund. It might seem hard to save up enough money for 6 months worth of bills, but don't underestimate the power of small contributions. Make sure you put in money away every single month. By adding to your savings account regularly over time, you can develop an important habit of saving. The US government might be able to help if you lose your job. The government can't, however, keep giving you money forever. Most of the time, Americans who have lost their jobs can get help with money from unemployment insurance. How much each person gets, of course, depends on the state, but the National Bureau of Economic Research says that the program usually replaces about 30 to 50% of the workers' wages on average. That is unless, of course, the Congress can make a better program like they did during the coronavirus pandemic. Number 3 is find ways to save money. It is always a good idea to look at your monthly expenses and figure out which ones are necessities and which ones you can live without. Most likely, the items you can choose to get rid of are the ones you can do so now and in the future also. Most people suggest that you shouldn't spend more than 30% of your net income on things you don't have to do. It is always a good idea to make a monthly budget so you can make sure you don't spend more than you can afford. If you do this when the economy is good, you will be able to help yourself when the economy is bad. If you have to pay rent, your car insurance, eat in order to stay alive, these are things you should be paying for. Your groceries, your rent, your utilities are all that are going to be necessary costs. But going out to eat, taking trips, paying for Netflix, and anything else you might consider a luxury or a cost of living this is discretionary spending. This is not what you need to do. Keep in mind that YouTube is free, so you can probably do without Netflix or similar subscription services. Next, number 4, always think about your job and ways to make more money. One of the best things you can do for your career during a recession is to get more education. During recessions, the unemployment rate is much lower for people with a bachelor's degree or a higher degree than people with just a high school diploma or even less. So according to the Department of Labor, about 2% of people with a bachelor's degree or higher were unemployed in March of this year. This was compared to 4% of the people with a high school diploma and less who actually were unemployed. So that is actually twice the amount of people who are unemployed who have a lower level of education. Another thing you can do is getting to know other people in your field and keeping in touch with them could also help you find new jobs. Even better, if you improve your skills and get more training, you might be more marketable in your field. Number 5 is don't freak out. When you freak out, you make bad decisions. There will always be a recession, but not all of them can be as bad as the coronavirus pandemic that had just happened. A recession is most simply defined as a drop in the GDP for 2 consecutive quarters. To simply put it, a recession starts when the economy starts to shrink instead of grow. But the thing to realize is that not all downturns actually depress the economy so bad that you have double-digit unemployment. Like in the early 2000s, after a recession, the highest rate of unemployment in the whole country was 6.3%. So that is definitely not terrible. However, getting your finances ready for a recession when times are good can help ease some of the stress and worry that come with these recessions. I don't think there's ever a bad time to look at your finances. If someone feels nervous about upcoming changes, it is always a good time to ask, what can I do to make myself financially stronger so that I sleep better at night when the time of recession does come? Anyway, this is what I want to talk about today. Let me know what you think. Was this helpful? Do like and subscribe to the channel. I will have plenty more videos coming. Where are you watching this video from? I love to know where is my audience. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.